pro-vac movement promoting conversations about vaccine safety.
Tom has come with his dad to an allergy clinic. His dad is worried about Tom's egg allergy and the flu vaccine. Marty, a senior pediatric doctor, has a conversation with the dad about his safety concerns.
So in summary, I'm really happy with Tom's asthma. You're doing a good job with him. I think we should bring him back in about 3 months just to see how he's getting on. And as I'm sure you're aware, the flu vaccine is rolling out at the minute. So given Tom's history of asthma, I think that would be something he would benefit from. How do you feel about that?
Actually, Tom has an egg allergy and I've heard that he can't get this vaccine.
Okay, would you mind if we explore that a little bit?
Well, I've read that this vaccine contains eggs and other preservatives and I just don't want Tom to have a reaction.
Okay, so let me tell you a wee bit about the flu vaccine. It's what we call a live attenuated vaccine. It means that some of the influenza virus itself, the flu virus, is present in the vaccine, but it's attenuated, so it's less harmful. So hopefully Tom gets the benefit without the symptoms. The flu vaccine is made by growing some of the influenza virus in egg yolk early in the manufacturing process, but by the time the finished product is ready, there's only a very small amount of egg protein left in it. How does that sound?
No, that sounds good.
Can I ask what sort of reaction Tom has had to egg before?
Whenever Tom eats eggs, he gets a rash right away and then he starts to vomit. We're very careful to avoid egg and it's been a long time since he's had a reaction. Surely if we give him a vaccine that contains eggs, he's going to have another one of these reactions.
It's a very sensible thing to think. So we've actually looked into this. So as I mentioned, there's such a tiny amount of egg yolk protein in the vaccine that the chance of reacting is very small. There was a large study based in England that looked at 1,000 children, all of whom had egg allergy, many of whom had had anaphylaxis to egg, and a lot of them also had asthma, like Tom. So they gave all of these children the vaccine and they watched them just to see that they were safe and see that did they develop any symptoms. So none had severe symptoms and only 9 had minor symptoms that didn't require any treatment or hospital stay. So that is actually the study that the government and other vaccine related bodies have used to say that people like Tom with egg allergy can receive the flu vaccine. Does that make sense to you?
No, that's really reassuring. Yeah, that makes sense. Thank you.
Good. Now you mentioned preservatives earlier. Is that something you're worried about?
Yeah, I'd seen some posts about aluminium and other preservatives. I just don't want to do anything risky. I don't want Tom to have a reaction.
Yeah, I totally understand that. So you're right. There is aluminium in many vaccines, and it's there because it has been shown to boost the body's immune response and make the vaccine more effective. I'm sure you know aluminium is a very common metal. It's everywhere. Trace elements of it are found in everything that we eat and drink, and it's never been shown to cause any harm. Does that make sense to you?
Yeah, that's all very reassuring. We just didn't want to do anything that was unnecessary.
Now, other preservatives you mentioned, so do you mind if I talk about those?
Yeah, of course.
So I hear about 3 quite commonly. One is thiomersal, and it's well known because it contains mercury. So thiomersal was actually never shown to cause any harm, but it's been removed from all UK vaccines since 2005. Another one I hear about is gelatin. It's there as a preservative, and it helps the vaccine be stable at extremes of temperature. Again, such small amounts are there that it's never shown any harm. And another one we hear about is formaldehyde, and it's there to make the viruses or the bacteria less harmful. And again, such tiny amounts are present in the final vaccine that it's never been shown to cause any harm. So for context, a pear that you would buy in the shop has 50 times more formaldehyde in it than a vaccine. Does that all make sense to you?
Yeah, it does make sense, and I suppose it explains why these ingredients are in the vaccines, and it's reassuring. We just didn't want to do anything unnecessary.
Yeah, I totally understand that. So I hope that I've helped alleviate some of your concerns, and I will be sending a letter to your GP after this saying how well Tom is from his asthma point of view at the minute, but I'd also like to highlight to him that we've had this conversation and hope that they could follow up with you and potentially offer Tom the vaccine if that's something you would like to move forward with.
Yeah, no, that would be great. Thank you.
Good. And look, I know I've provided you with a lot of information there as well, so I've got some written material here for you to take home and read at your own leisure as well.
Thanks very much.
No problem.